Welcome back to another episode of Owning the Weight podcast. I'm your host, Jillian Tedesco, and joining me is my co-host, Abby Lamb. On this podcast, we talk all things wellness, nutrition, and business. And today we are going to be talking about how to live the 80-20 lifestyle through the Thanksgiving holiday. So why don't you walk us through what Thanksgiving looks like for you to start?
I love Thanksgiving. So my family is not a family that does like the turkey trot. Instead, we meet up at a local elementary school and we play soccer. We call it the Turkey Bowl. We've done it for probably 20 years at this point.
I played in the last two.
She did. But Jillian got an exclusive invitation to my family's Turkey Bowl.
And now I've brought my family, in addition, my extended family who plays soccer.
Her brother-in-law, we call him Socks, because the first year that he came,
He took off his
shoes and he played in his socks. So
I don't know why. It was freezing too.
Yeah, it was really cold. So therefore, my family still talks about him. His name is Socks. It's not
awesome.
Ray.
That's awesome.
But so yeah, we are active like towards the earlier time in Thanksgiving. And then after that, I'll spend some time like with like my immediate family, so my husband and my kids, and we'll spend some time at home. And then after that, we will either go to my mom's side of the family, like extended family, or my dad's side. We flip-flop every year.
You got a lot going on.
Every holiday, we have a lot going on.
You have a much bigger family than me. It's just me, my husband, my kids, both our parents. And then Jay's sister lives in St. Louis, who loves to cook. She lives right down the street from me, and she loves Thanksgiving. So she does Thanksgiving and I do Christmas. So
that's nice.
I basically just show up with some sides, and that's about it.
One year, I hosted Thanksgiving. I want to say it was 2019 because Raymond's grandma was having surgery that year. That's what it was. She had surgery and she was unable to host Thanksgiving and her little heart was broken. So I was like, I'll host.
Oh my gosh.
Not a big deal. I was like, no one worry about bringing anything. I will take care of everything. Never again. Never again. I was so stressed out. A big old turkey was sitting in my fridge for what was it, like 24 hours? Like, what's the word? You put it in like a bag and you brining. I was brining the turkey.
Do you know what brining does?
Doesn't it like break down? I don't know. Adds flavor somehow and like makes it more moist, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, I hate that word.
The brining. So the salt actually like works through the meat and fully tenderizes and marinates and flavors the turkey.
Yeah. My dad just told me to do it. My dad's a chef. So I was like, Dad, how do I cook a turkey? And he's like, why? And I was like, I'm cooking the Thanksgiving turkey. And he's like, you're doing what? So yeah, I made all the sides, all the things. But that being said, all the sides and all the food and all the things, what does the 80-20 rule or philosophy mean to you, especially when it comes to maintaining a balanced lifestyle during the holiday season?
I'm going to be straight up honest. Nothing changes. Nothing changes for me during the holidays. The only thing is there's just more things around me that I don't typically eat. I don't feel like maybe I indulge a little more, not to where I'm concerned. I've lived this way for so long that I allow myself to have what I want and I stick with my healthy food. So if I eat sweets at work or I eat sweets at a friend's house or whatever, I'm still eating my balanced meals throughout the day. It's no different. It fits right into my 20%. I don't overindulge. I'm very mindful. Very
cutesy,
very demure in my approach to eating. No, that was perfect. No, I still, anytime I go make a plate, I'm always a ton of vegetables, a little bit of starch, a little bit of protein. If I want more to eat, I eat more vegetables. Like that's just kind of like my rule of thumb. That's what makes me feel the greatest. And then I'll have dessert, in portion control.
So whenever you're bringing sides for Thanksgiving, what are you bringing?
I typically bring the vegetables because there's never enough of them. There's never enough variety. I'll either bring like a roasted heirloom carrot. I'll do like butternut, Brussels sprouts, onion, roasted vegetable blend. I could bring a salad, make this awesome harvest salad with pomegranates and feta cheese.
Oh,
with the candied pecans.
Oh, it's so good.
The balsamic vinaigrette. Yeah. Actually, I could probably link that recipe in the show notes for you guys.
Yeah. It's so simple.
That is a great holiday salad. It could also be used around Christmas time because pomegranates are in season and they're just wonderful. But like, that's what I always bring. So I always know I'm going to have some healthy food there. We so commonly see an array of starches at those type of events, and people will add 3, 4, 5 on their plate, from the rolls to the
sweet potatoes to mashed potatoes
to the mac and cheese to the pumpkin bread to, and some of the vegetables are also starchy vegetables like butternut squash. So I mean, like it's an overload for sure. So eating more vegetables and having small amounts of those starch or just one of them is the way to success. If you want to indulge in more of them, make little meals and take them home. Like take 2 or 3 containers and make yourself a protein, starch, veg blend from Thanksgiving if you want to have the mac and cheese or the potatoes, and just put them in little meals and take them home with you. There's always leftovers,
Do you do Thanksgiving leftovers?
Sure.
How do you do them?
That's exactly how I do them. Oh. I make balanced little meals that we can just pull out and reheat.
Did you ever watch Friends?
No. Never watched Friends.
Did you guys watch Friends? Anyone? There's a famous Thanksgiving sandwich that Ross makes the day after Thanksgiving. And puts all the things onto a sandwich.
Oh. is that Thursday, Friday, Happy Days? Or is that a different show?
No, that's a different show.
Okay. What's the Friends song?
I'll be there for you.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, no, I never, the clapping. I never watched Friends.
Such a good show. Sorry, off topic. But I will say, no one does vegetables like Jillian Tedesco.
Oh,
dude, I was over at her house once.
Oh, I remember that.
And I don't even remember what vegetables they were, but I've never had vegetables like this, and they were delicious.
Sid says the same thing.
Dude, they were like acidic, but like they were delicious. They were so good.
Yeah, I think I had red wine vinegar, honey, Fresno chili pepper, and olive oil in the sauce that I finished them with. Maybe it was maple syrup instead of honey. It was maple, so it was sweet. It was tangy. Oh, and there was lemon in there too. Yeah, that's why they were acidic. They had a little red wine vinegar and lemon with the maple syrup and the chili.
She does it right.
Spicy, sour, sweet. Yeah,
they were good. So good.
They were good, and I caramelized them in the oven. Yeah, you can really like doll them up, and then they're just delicious. You guys crushed those.
Dude, they were so good. Who was it? Myself, Jenna, and Chloe.
Yeah.
That's who it was. Yep. But for me, for Thanksgiving, I also bring a veg, but I don't make the veg. Fit Flavors makes my vegetables.
That's an easy way to do it.
Because usually we have like a Brussels sweet potato, onion.
Caramelized onions.
Yeah, like blend. Mixture in bulk. And I'll just grab like a few of those.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea. You could actually put them on a sheet tray and reheat them and get them a little crispy in the oven.
That's exactly what I do.
That's what I would recommend.
Yep. It's so good. So easy. I don't have to think about it. It's great.
If you want to make them fancy, you could put a little pumpkin seed or a little feta cheese or dairy-free feta on there. Just like make it a little more something.
Well, I know what I'm bringing this year.
And maybe some like the flake salt.
Oh, the salt bag.
Or you could drizzle some balsamic. Okay, I'll stop.
I love it. So kind of switching gears into portion control. So what are some tips for managing portion control and making healthier choices during Thanksgiving or Christmas meals or just any meal in general, truly?
Just when you're building your plate, think protein, starch, veg. And I honestly really will like more than half my plate is vegetables. And I will allow myself to have, I encourage myself to have the green bean casserole, the salad, the Brussels sprouts, the butternut. Like I'll eat all those things. Then I'll have a small thing of potatoes and then turkey and gravy or whatever, or mashed potatoes, whatever I'm doing. I really stick to the portion control and the balanced plate. Like that's important to me. I always take a picture of my plate around the holidays and post it on Instagram and just show people it can be done. Yeah. If you're craving to eat those things, did you eat enough before you came to Thanksgiving dinner?
Dude,
or did you not eat breakfast and lunch? Because if you come starving, you're gonna be the bottomless pit and you're gonna overeat.
That may or may not be my husband.
That's typical for guys.
May not eat all day. Save it for Thanksgiving dinner.
I don't know.
It's like 3-4 plates.
I don't know why they like. I'm gonna save it up. I'm gonna save room.
I mean, I'll tell you why. Because my Aunt Judy makes the best sweet potato casserole on the face of the planet. And Raymond's like, just
take a couple. Why don't you get the recipe from her and we can like spice it up and make it a little more healthy. We'll do some ingredient swaps and you can make it for dinner at home like a week before he goes to Thanksgiving.
That's a great idea.
Just like if you're craving something, you just a lot of times need to eat it more frequently so it doesn't have like that power over you.
Yeah. Just Raymond, Sweet baby Ray loves to eat lots of food. That's for sure. So what are some ways to stay mindful and present during Thanksgiving meals without focusing solely on the meal itself?
So one of the things we started doing as a family, this is really cute. So CJ, my nephew, I mean, he's 12 now. He's going to be 13 in December. Wow. I think when he was like 7, he made this paper turkey and Karen kept it. It's like a 3D turkey, and every Thanksgiving she gets it out and she brings it to the table and we pass it around. Everybody holds the turkey and they say one thing they're thankful of. Mm-hmm. And Joe, the pool guy, always comes Thanksgiving with us. He's like my brother from
I would love to have him at my Thanksgiving table.
Maybe he'll crash yours this year. Perfect. We should ask him to come play soccer. So he came to Thanksgiving at Karen's. And he brought one of his girlfriends, not his girlfriend, his friends, that's a girl. Mm-hmm. But she hasn't really grown up around having Thanksgiving dinner with family. When she got the turkey, she was just like, I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be invited to a family dinner. I've never, ever done anything like this. And that was, it crushed my heart, but like in a sense was probably the sweetest thing. And that we got to be a part of that for her. And so then we passed the turkey around.
Yeah. And then you're grateful for like being a part of that memory that holds space within her brain.
So there was a moment of gratitude there with the paper turkey.
We do the same thing. Like we individually go around the table, and especially on my dad's side, like the table is long. It's a big, big family, and everyone goes around the table and says what we're thankful for.
That could take 20 minutes.
Yeah. And we don't eat until everyone says what they're thankful for.
It's cool. That's a cool tradition.
Yeah. What did Cooper say last year?
I was going to say, there's got to be,
oh my gosh,
there's got to be some funny things. You know?
Oh, Cooper said he was thankful for mac and cheese. Oh. I was like, okay, great.
All I can think of is that line from Wedding Crashers when they're praying and they're like, we're going to say grace. And the old grandma goes, Grace, she died 5 years ago. You remember that line?
Yes.
You remember that line?
Wait, no, that wasn't Wedding Crashers. That's
No, it's Wedding Crashers.
Oh, I thought that was the Christmas movie.
No, it's when they went to the house, and I forget where they are. They're at that beach house, and they're at the Cleary's house. They're like vacation home, and they're eating the food, and they're like, put mother to bed. But she's like cranky and old, and she says really inappropriate things. It was great. Yeah.
Love it.
Me and Abby just watched that movie the other day.
We love movie quotes. We were quoting Devil Wears Prada a little earlier. We were quoting The Incredibles.
Oh yeah.
The Underminer. Can you, kind of building on what you were sharing earlier, on how to like spice up some Thanksgiving recipes, can you share any Thanksgiving recipes or meal ideas that fit well within like the 80-20 philosophy?
I would tell you anything you want can fit into 80-20 philosophy. Mm-hmm. Now, if you follow the quality, portion control, and balance guidelines, it makes you feel better about your choices. So when I look at mac and cheese, the thing I look at is that homemade mac and cheese, or is that like Velveeta and just a half
the label you can't pronounce,
highly processed pasta, like you know, like, or did someone actually make a bechamel and fold in cheese? Like if I was going to make a mac and cheese, I'd probably make my own bechamel and I would fold in my own cheese, probably get a whole wheat or bonzo pasta, maybe a gluten-free pasta, whatever I decided. I would opt for a better pasta, and then I would make it and I'd feel better about it. It'd be better quality ingredients, so it would fit right in. I would eat that any day of the week I wanted to eat that. My family's not a big cheese family, so we don't eat a lot of mac and cheese. Or like the au gratin potatoes we have at Fit Flavors, like they're delicious.
So good.
They are portion controlled though. And also we fold cauliflower into the au gratins, just like a cauliflower rice. So if you're eating a quantity, you get less starch and more vegetables and fibers. So just like little things you can do to recipes. If you want to enjoy the things you love, just look for a healthy option. Pinterest is your friend. Like anytime I'm looking to make something new, I'll typically Pinterest that recipe and look at 4 or 5 of the recipes, see what kind of things I'm seeing that are throughout. And I'm like, okay, I got it. Everybody's doing this with the recipe. This person did this, but nobody else did. Do I like that? Maybe they're adding something different or, spicing it up a certain way. And then I typically will kind of make my own version. If you don't feel confident in doing that, just follow a recipe that's a healthier option. Like and that's a way to enjoy those things and then also bring health to everybody that's at the table around you.
Mm-hmm.
If you're nervous that the recipe is not going to be good, try making it a couple weeks before and make sure you like it.
With Fit Flavors comes in clutch for me so many times. Last Thanksgiving, we had the pumpkin pie bars.
Pumpkin pie. Oh yeah.
You remember those? So I brought those to, where did we do dessert last year? I don't even remember. We go to so many places, but that's what I brought as dessert.
You can like make a little snack tray with that and the brownies or something.
Mm-hmm. And it's cute. Made a little snack tray.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say your tummy gets the best of you and you overindulge on Thanksgiving because it happens to the best of us. What are your recommendations for people to kind of get back on track after overindulging?
Well, first of all, anytime that you overconsume or eat a lot of carbohydrates, if you just go for a walk, you're going to burn up some of that glycogen that's in your system. And that is great for digestion and to kind of burn through some of that. I know we want to just sit our asses on the couch, but like if you do feel bad, just go out for a 15-minute walk around the block one time and come back in, give yourself some grace and know that you're not going to eat like that tomorrow.
Right.
Like get over yourself. It was Thanksgiving. You overdid it. I would be more inclined to say, why did you overindulge? There's a reason why you overindulge. It's either your values are not that important to you. You didn't eat enough throughout the day. You weren't present with the meal when you were eating and you ate too fast. So you just put seconds and thirds on your plate. Like there's always a reason that we overeat. And if you can be more mindful and be reflective, you can figure out why. Again, I'll go back to like, is it emotional? Is it habitual?
I was going to say with Thanksgiving, especially, I feel like it's so emotional for so many people because it's all their comfort foods. It might remind them of like a family member that maybe is not there or something like that.
Yeah. And there's room for those things, but like your family member is not going to care if you make the recipe healthier.
Right.
Like if you want to make grandma's whatever, make it. But like if it's not good for you, don't overindulge
in it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why this is so challenging for people, but it is a constant struggle. We associate food with Thanksgiving instead of like being actually thankful for the things that we have in life. So it's just changing your perspective too about the holidays, and it's more about, for me, it's like hanging out with family and going and playing soccer and getting out. That memory we do once a year that is so awesome, and then dinner's just a part of it. But I would say get out and walk a little bit. It really helps with your blood sugar regulation, like right after you eat a meal like that.
Before we wrap up, what are you grateful for?
What am I grateful for?
Yeah.
Oh, I would just say the like healthiness of my family at home. Like I was telling Jason that the other day, I'm so grateful for the love that him and I have in our marriage and the respect that we have for one another and the disciplines we're teaching our kids and the athletics that we're teaching our kids and just the foundation of what we're building. I'm really grateful for the healthy, loving family that we have at home and that we've been able to work through the challenging times of him changing jobs and travel coming into our life and just the business growth because, sometimes it gets stressful, but I'm just so grateful that him and I support each other. Like it's really the foundation of my life is my marriage. I'm so grateful for that.
Yeah. That's awesome.
What about you?
It very much echoes that, like just the stability that my family provides me and that we have a roof over our heads. We have food on the table. Like we have a great support system, like beyond into our extended family and our friends that we surround ourselves with, and just grateful for everyone in my life.
Yeah. And I heard the other day that maybe you need to tell those people that more. You need to tell them you're grateful for them. You need to call them. You need to show them love because like, don't assume that they know those things.
For sure.
So leave you with that little tip today.
Awesome. Well, if you took anything away from this episode that we focused on living the 80-20 through Thanksgiving,
please share.
Yeah. Share, comment, subscribe, all the things. Just a reminder that this podcast is brought to you by Fit Flavors. We're local to St. Louis. We have 6 area locations. You can check us out at www.fit-flavors.com and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks, guys.